Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a fun match. It's going to be OFFRACING Bisu versus OFFRACING Leta here on Fighting Spirit. Top right, we have Leta. He's a Terran player, but today he's playing Protoss and sporting the color orange. And in the top left, we have Bisu. You know him, and he is playing Terran today and sporting the color brown. So orange versus brown today on Fighting Spirit. Leta is known for his excellent two-port Wraith play versus Zerg, and some accusations of cheating. But they're unsubstantiated other than the fact that he moved his eyes towards the crowd a couple times while playing professionally in a tournament, and I'm not entirely sure that's enough to call him a cheater. Anyway. A PvT here, OFFRACING. I felt like this would be an excellent cast for you guys today. Hit that like button if you're excited for it. And I'm here 5 days a week. You might have seen some StarCraft 2 content on this channel. The experiment is over. The experiment of splitting off the StarCraft 2 stuff onto its own channel and leaving this for Brood War only. I don't know. Ever since January 1st, my views have been steadily decreasing on both channels. So I don't know. I just feel like merging them into one place makes it easier for people to find me, especially StarCraft 2 fans. So, yeah, I'm going to put all the content on a StarCraft 2 playlist, so it's segregated from the Brood War content. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments of this video, and I will address them. I read every single comment anyone ever makes. Ever. And I'll react to them if I feel like it. Alright? Alright, so, gateway opening here. Barracks in production here from Bisu. I don't know that I've ever cast an OFFRACING Bisu game before. I'm kind of excited about this, to be honest with ya. And against a good opponent, too. Like, Leta is a super legit Terran player. His Protoss is going to be pretty good as well. Leta is actually still playing. He's got some results in major tournaments from 2020. So, I mean, he's still around. He started around 2008, 2009, so he's not quite as old school as Bisu is, obviously, but still a very, very strong Terran player. He's got a ton of results on Wikipedia, and I'm very interested to see how he plays Protoss. If it's anything like, I always bring this up, but the Light versus Flash, Protoss versus Terran, where Flash, or rather Light was OFFRACING as Protoss, and Flash was playing Terran, it really feels like Terrans know how to play PvT, like to a T, like sometimes better than a lot of Protoss players do. And it's just, I imagine a lot of it's a familiarity with what Terran players hate to play against, like an intimate familiarity of what bothers them and what you can do to throw them off their game. Bisu's double SCV scouting, like really wants to know what's coming here and does get rewarded for it by coming up and checking out. Okay, Cybercore, Singularity Charge on the way. There's a Dragoon out already. The SCV is going to try to scout as much as Terranly possible, but, oh, Probe's blocking the pathing. Dragoon pathing is bad anyway. Don't we all know that? Dragoon pathing bad, Goliath pathing bad. Those are the two indelible facts about Brood War, I gotta say. Another Dragoon on the way, and yeah, I mean, this is gonna be fine. This is regular stuff here. PvT stuff, nothing too crazy. Machine shop coming up on that factory from Bisu. What's he gonna choose for his tech on the machine shop? The answer is not enough minerals for anything yet. Please hold. We're working on it. Spider Mine. Spider Mine's coming out. Hooray! Dragoon's not getting up this ramp because there's Marines. But there's not an expansion or a bunker either. Interesting. Just 4 Marines out of Bisu. Not throwing up a second base at all, where Leta totally is. Ooh, this is interesting. This is a little bit interesting. I'm kind of shocked we didn't see a bunker get tossed up here. That's traditionally what happens. Bisu knows that, so I'm going to guess we're just going to go for a little bit of a Marine tank push here. The Dragoons are going to have range like now, very close to now. Oh, that's a dead Dragoon, though. Couple more hits. Are you serious? It's alive? Oh, it's alive. Come on. 17 HP. 17. And this is where... How's your Dragoon micro, Leta? The answer is okay. Actually, pretty great here. Taking tank shots is always bad, though. It's always very, very bad if you're a Dragoon, even if the tank isn't sieged up. Siege mode's on the way, but it's not here yet. Spider Mines getting tossed down, and the Dragoons are like, do we fire on the Spider Mines? How do we do here? But this is something Day 9 has talked a lot about, right? He talked a lot about it in his Let's Learn StarCraft playlist. If you're looking to figure out how to play Brood War, that is your best bet. Day 9's Let's Learn StarCraft playlist here on YouTube under his channel is the best resource for that, I think. I really couldn't hope to do better than him, to be honest with you. But he talks a lot about, in one of the episodes, about Dragoon kiting against Terran pushes like this. So Leta's fine. Like, Leta's hanging out. Expansion is on the way because the pressure's on the other side of the map here from Bisu. Excellent stuff. Second factory coming in because Bisu knows how to play, obviously. Siege mode up, and oh, it's a Dragoon. Takes a hit, goes down. Previously injured, obviously. Now this poor pylon. These poor pylon. The Vultures could, and Marines could help with this, but I don't really see the need to, I guess. Wow, and a bunker. This contain from Bisu is serious business. I kind of love it. Spider Mines, Vultures, Marines, couple SCVs, bunker at the front. Observer is here so the Dragoons can start clearing out some of these Spider Mines while taking tank and Marine shots, though, which is bad. But the Spider Mines must be destroyed, if at all possible. They're trying to kill this tank from back there. Can they? The repair is good! Oh, and the Dragoon gets sniped, and wow, pylon dies. Dude, Bisu's Terran is really good. Are we surprised by this at all? No, we are not. Dude, that Dragoon's dead too. Oh, Spider Mines just kill everything, including the tank, which I think Leta is totally okay with. Leta's like, fine, tank's gone. I lost like 3 Dragoons, so be it. So be it. I can outrange this bunker. Everything is fine. It was really dicey there for just a minute, but oh crap, another tank showed up. We're not done yet, boys. That's what this siege tank says. Robotics Bay coming in from Leta. He's like, you know what I hate is Reaver drops. Dude, repair it. Repair it. Nope, it's dead. Great target firing. Ooh, and that Dragoon survives with 15 HP. This is some pretty good stuff, man. This is really good play out of both players. I'm impressed. Obviously impressed by Bisu, but like Leta's Protoss is pretty great. I'm liking it. Why are we not repairing? Bisu decides to sacrifice the bunker entirely for no reason. I guess he didn't have enough SCVs to repair anyway. That tank gets sniped. I mean, this is scrap. I've been saying that a lot recently, but this is a very scrap-tastic PvT, man. We're at 8 minutes and nobody's taken a third base yet because of the insanity that's happening right now. Dragoon count is enough to handle everything that's going on, though. These Spider Mines will get cleared out. These Marines wander behind this mineral line and try to kill a couple probes, but that's probably not going to happen. And there's our Reaver. Reaver's in production. Vulture speed coming in here as well, because slow Vultures are sad Vultures. They like it when they're fast and zippy. For sure. Observer moving out to see what's going on. Are you surprised by anything that's happening here? No. Multiple factories. Engineering bay. Turrets coming up to deal with those observers, so that scouting is not easy. Because Bisu knows how important it is to have full vision on your Terran opponent and see what they're doing. And Leta, oh, loses the observer. That hurts. You want to keep that alive if you can. But Bisu's missile turret positioning is too Gosu. Too OP. Meanwhile, Spider Mines are still just randomly here. Workers don't trigger them, because if workers triggered Spider Mines, all any Terran would ever do is drop Spider Mines inside mineral lines and win. Alright, so here comes some Reaver droppage out of Leta. Let's see what he can accomplish with it. The answer is, that's a big SCV hit coming up. Ugh, okay, that was decent. Ow, that's another one. Ooh, I feel like he had another hit in him there. Oh, the Zealot also messing with the tanks. This is great. This is really, really good stuff. He's got another Zealot in that shuttle, too. Oh, stacked up a little bit. Stacked up a little. No, but shuttle. Whoa, 6 HP. Should be dead. Somehow it. Oh, that's stacked up. That stacked up SCV group is really a tempting target here, I assume. And. Oh. Okay, harmless explosion there. And everybody dies. All right, cool. So Bisu lost a few SCVs at 39 workers right now to 48 probes for the Protoss. Third base getting cleared out. There's a couple spider mines here, but that really shouldn't slow down Leta's ability to take that at all. Additional gateways in production right now. This is good. This is good PvT. Gotta say, I'm enjoying it. The Reaver stuff didn't do as much damage, I don't think, as Leta needed it to, but getting a third base up here would be good. As always, you want to out-expand your Terran opponent because they're going to be more cost-efficient than you into the mid, into the late game, just sheerly with this number of tanks that they have rolling with. Tanks are incredibly cost-efficient against Protoss, etc., etc. You know how this works. I've talked about PvT enough on the channel. I don't have to go over it over and over and over again. Arbiter Tribunal in production. And nothing nuts here out of Leta. Charon booster on the way, a couple Goliaths are out, but we don't need a ton of them because there's not a fleet beacon and no carrier transition in the future, as near as we can tell. Yeah, I really wish I could red versus blue this, but the older ones you can't. As far as I know, this is around a 2010 or 11 replay, but no guarantees on that because the date and time that the replay was played is not part of the replay information, unfortunately. The replay concept in and of itself absolutely blew my mind when it was released. I think it came out in, I believe, spring, maybe early winter of 2001. Because I was a freshman in college, I was living in a certain dorm, then I remember me and my friends being like, wait, what is replay? What? And being like, wow, we can watch our own games after the fact? It was just a mind-blowing concept. I don't think it existed in other games at that point. Anyway, some Zealot bombs on these tanks are trying to make some stuff happen as the third base is denied before it really gets off the ground here. Nice snipe on that tank too, making sure that coming up this ramp is a difficult thing for Bisu. Third command center flying over regardless, feeling fairly confident about this. Leta retreating from this third base entirely. Perhaps the delay was enough for him. He's not willing to die on this hill, this literal hill here, right? As this Dragoon does. Bleh. Protoss blood. And then you come back? Why? Why would you come? Okay, surprise! You thought I was gone, but I'm not. Leta is here with some Dragoons and stuff. Ooh, friendly fire splash there. Zealot bombing on the Vultures a little bit. That's pretty cool. Fourth base? Yes, fourth base from Leta. Fifth base from Leta would be super hot as well, but there is, unfortunately, a spider mine in the way. Unfortunately. And you can't build there, even though you probably, gosh darn near, want to at some point. Maybe not right now, but you have the resources. Or you did have the resources for it. Until you tossed out 4 more Dragoons out of them gateways, which is probably a better choice right now anyway. Don't want you to get too greedy. Don't want to be doing that, friendos. Oh, really? Oh, wow, we're dropping. Look at this action. Just a casual dropship flying into the main base of the Protoss. There are no cannons here at all. Tank sets up. How many kills are you going to get, Senior Tank? The answer is at 3 to start off. 7 on the follow-up. 8. And then you're probably dead. As the dropship evacuates and leaves the tank to fend for himself, which he can't do. Vulture's holding this bottom right pretty effectively. Is there anything in this? There's 2 Vultures in this dropship. It's still a threat. It is definitely still a threat. The question is whether Leta's going to be able to handle it or not. This is fun. I'm really enjoying watching Bisu play Terran because he's doing great. Like, that's the trick here, is you think these players are only elite with their main race. That is not true. There are too many examples that we've seen of that where that is not the case. They are elite in other races as well. And, no, I was going to say, the Vultures are not making it out of here. They definitely don't. They get cleaned up. All right, so third base happily running for Bisu. Producing science vessels. Getting that EMP upgrade. Fourth base is done for Leta. I really would love a base down here. You don't quite have the resources for it. I understand that. Arbiter heading down, and recall's not done, but, you know, recalls at expansions I'm always a big fan of. which is exactly why... Is this a turret? Yep, that's why turrets are coming up at this third base. Recognizing this is about the time that Arbiters become a threat when recall can be done feasibly, so we're going to just toss up a bunch of turrets here, make it hard for an Arbiter to slip through this defense and actually get a recall into that third base, because that would be pretty catastrophic for Bisu for sure. Ooh, trying to get these cannons up at the fourth base, but nope. Not yet. And this Arbiter do this? No! Not able to pull it off, and that was, unless that was some kind of bait or something, I don't know, a distraction perhaps. Yeah, the cannons weren't done, and Bisu takes full advantage of the fact that the cannons were not done. Oh, they're sitting on this high ground, throwing in spider mines, slowing down the Dragoon response to this. Yeah, again, Bisu's the better player. He's off racing, but Leta is also off racing. So I think all things considered, I gotta give Bisu the edge here. We're only at 15 minutes, right? Both players looking pretty good. Both over 150 supply. Leta's at 171 supply as Protoss, which is understandable because you can mac her up a little bit faster, but your army is weaker to the tanks and the vultures and the spider mines and whatnot. The trade-offs. The trade-offs are real. Do we not have a replacement Arbiter yet? We do. We have a replacement Arbiter. Stasis is just now done, so it's time for a Stasis. And Defensive Matrix is up. And there's your Stasis on 3 of the tanks on the back line. Arbiter taking them Goliath hits is never a good thing. There's too many tanks remaining. I think it's just not enough. It seems to be not enough as Leta is forced to retreat from this position. I'd really love it if Leta took a 4th or 5th base down here, but doesn't seem like he can afford to. Bisu is marching out on the middle of the map looking extremely strong. Extremely terrifying. Whew. Alright. Well, what are we doing next here? More of the same? Yeah, Arbiters, Goliaths, Vultures, Siege Tanks. Beast is 162 supply, Lead is 155. The Vultures came down to the 4th base again to sacrifice, well, to murder a lot of probes. You're not sacrificing the probes if they're not yours. I don't think that's the official term for sacrifice. But 59 probes remaining after the massacre at the 4th. Again, no cannons, no nothing defending. These Vultures just pulling back into the hills like they're bandits or something. Ooh, Spider Mines. Actually, 2 Zealots for like 8 Spider Mines seems like a pretty good trade, if you ask me. Bisu going for another base, which is just absolutely brutal. They finally cleared out the bandits in the hills. Well done. Well done, Dragoons. 4th base for Bisu is coming up bottom left. Science Vessel leading the charge. EMP does catch the Arbiter. Oh, Science Vessel dies. No, it doesn't. Nope. Yeah, Science Vessel does die. This is another one that's here because why have only one of those things? Sneaky Dragoon attack. Bottom left, though, does end up completely shutting down this attempt at a base. And we're going to go for another recall. Do you remember the last time you did this and you totally died before you got the recall off? Oh, never mind. Recall a little bit earlier. And the Arbiter dies, but the recall is real. Dude, this is amazing. Out of Leta all of a sudden. This is what I like. Recalls at Terran expansions are so good. And it forces tanks to come back home. It kind of forces Bisu to push the effort on the other side of the map here too. Focusing down this command center would be great. But I mean, supply depots are pretty good to kill as well. They're easier to kill for sure. But unfortunately, the natural base for Leta is getting destroyed. Absolutely, positively destroyed by the Terran army. It's 148 to 158 supply. This is turning into something of a pretty intense situation here, as Bisu's on 1 base of economy, and Leta is on 2. I mean, this tank positioning is nuts. 2-2 upgrades on these guys is mean. 2-2 upgrades on the Dragoons is nice, but 2-2 siege tanks are a menace. They are a threat to everything on the ground. I don't care what you are on the ground. 2-2 tanks with siege are mean. I guess maybe Zealots can do pretty good against them. That's traditionally how this works, right? Alright, so, boy, the question is, can Leta dislodge this Terran positioning? As Bisu is trying to take a new 3rd base up here at the 11 o'clock position, but this Dragoon's kind of shutting that all down, which is a little bit hilarious. Kill the SCV building the thing. There we go. Haha! Delayed. Leta trying to do this. He just doesn't have enough Dragoons. Or Zealots, I guess. Or Arbiters. Or, you know, whatever we're looking at right now. Oh, tank with 3 HP survives. Unfair. Unfair. Ooh, a recall on top of the tanks with Zealots and Dragoons. Nicely done by Leta. That's fantastic. And then sending some Zealots down here to try to clear this out did not go well. I mean, the good news is that Bisu's not really pushing up the ramp at all, so you're not necessarily going to lose your main base at this stage. I don't know, man. This is dicey. What a very, very tight and close game right now. Leta trying to get down this ramp, he's like, man, siege tanks are good. That's what he's telling himself right now. Long distance mining here is Bisu at 20 minutes, which is not something you want to do ever. Like, having to long distance mine is a tough, tough situation. Double Arbiter in production. 144 to 140 supply. It's basically even in supply, which is bad for Bisu, because in even supplies, you're going to get wrecked by these tanks, which now have +3 attack, and suddenly your third base is completely forfeit. Run! Run, everybody. Can you get there and save it? It doesn't... I don't think you can. That is a dead Nexus. I don't care what anybody says about it. Recall. Okay, good recall. Gets it off. The EMP attempt whiffed, apparently. And by golly, he saves the base with a beautiful recall. Leta doing some great stuff here. Chasing the Terran army away. Once again, not trying to get up into that main base as Bisu, which feels like a bit of a mistake. Usually, Terran players in that position will take advantage and try to wipe out the entire Protoss base, but... no, Bisu's happy to kind of sit there and not be attacking anything right now, which is... it's not ideal for tanks, right? They want to be attacking stuff. They want to be pushing the issue. They want to be forcing the Protoss to respond to them. If your siege tanks are just sitting here, then... I mean... does Leta really have to worry about them? I mean, yes, it's in the back of his mind, but it's not an active concern. You can afford to macro up a little bit. It doesn't make him... doesn't force him to make... choices he doesn't want to make. Skill zone pylon to get up here and once again defend this base. I'm once again asking you to defend this base. Okay, some free Goliaths is not bad. And there's only one Goliath here, which means if you want to recall on these tanks, you could probably pull it off. Laying those spider mines is really great stuff. And actually, Leta getting down here, saving the base again. What an absolute boss Leta is. He's playing like a... just a monster right now. I mean, he's really good, obviously, but this is, he's playing some excellent PvT, which, again, I shouldn't be surprised by, because Terran players know how to play PvT, it seems. Dude, if you could... okay, a recall up here would be insanely good. Oh my god. Dude, is Leta gonna win this game? I mean, do you even need the recall up here? I don't know. These SCVs are in a lot of trouble, and bam, that's it. Bisu just straight up GG's out with the attack on his third base. His income at the second is not happening. His income in the main base is gone as well. This is it. This is his income, and he's got scattered spider mines everywhere, but no, his tank count is 4. He's got a couple Goliaths and a couple science vessels, and getting up this ramp is going to be really hard against these two dudes, and there's Arbiters in the hunt, some of them with enough energy for a stasis, most of them with not. It feels a little premature, and once again, I sort of question Bisu's reluctance to come up this ramp. I mean, you're worried that you're going to get jumped on, right? By Leta. He's got army up here, but he didn't really, and I think that was a mistake. The incredible defense of this third base by Leta over and over again, at least 2 times, was fantastically well executed. He never did get this base down here, which I feel like might have helped him if he had that, but the complete shutdown of Bisu's third base, the delay of the replacement third base, and then Bisu not really protecting the third base well enough to prevent this from happening was a humongous problem. Absolutely insane problem. So, well done. Well done indeed. That was a fantastic PvT. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Woo! Off-racing Bisu versus off-racing Leta. That was a lot of fun. And Leta won. You never know what's going to happen in Brood War games. That is for sure. 139,000 points for Only Star. 140,000 points for Leta. Fair enough. Ended up killing more units, did Bisu. And actually made more units as well. It's a little bit interesting that Bisu won these two categories and won the point total. But this is the bigger problem, right? Yeah, more minerals mined and outspent by about 6,000 resources in 20 minutes, which is, it's not all of the money, but it's enough to be concerned for sure. So, well done, Aruni. That was a fantastic, fantastic game. I hope you enjoyed it, because that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.